Religion is one of the major themes in the Cosmere. In fact, there's not a single Cosmere book where Brandon Sanderson doesn't at least touch on religion in some aspect. This isn't anything bad, however. I found that to make your story seem real and believable, you will need to include some kind of religion in the setting. From my perspective, religion is one of the core themes within the human condition. It's a set of beliefs based on faith that developed all over the world in isolation and complete independence. We clearly have a need in our psyche to believe in something greater than ourselves. Some of us follow a philosophy or a set of principles that fulfill that role, while most go for the full gamut that is a religious faith. Knowing that this belief is so ingrained in the human psyche, I can now understand why many people believe as fervently as they do. Some feel it gives them solace during difficult times. Some see it as a set of guiding morals by which they can live their lives. Others find that it holds answers to questions nothing else has been able to answer in a satisfactory way. The reasons why are as varied as there are individuals, but to say that religion is important to people is an absolute understatement. It is because of this that I believe Sanderson gives religion such a prominent role in his stories, not just because of how important his faith is to him, but because of how important faith is to most people. It resonates on an emotional level with a lot of people. That, and it's just damn good world building. Now, in today's short video, I just want to go over some of the most prominent religions on the planet of Scadrial. Before we jump in though, please consider giving this video a like, since it's the main way YouTube knows to promote the video. If you'd like to see more Cosmere lore videos, definitely let me know by liking and commenting down below. And if you're interested in more, then consider subscribing, since there's definitely more to come. Also, just a quick shout out to the curators of the Coppermind, the Cosmere Wiki. Without the awesome people over there, videos like this definitely wouldn't exist on the channel. Anyway, let's jump right into the religions of Scadrial. The Steel Ministry is the religion and the government bureaucracy of the Final Empire. It is made up of various divisions named cantons, and the members of the ministry are called obligators. The Steel Inquisitors are also part of the Steel Ministry. One of the main functions of the ministry is to witness a myriad of contracts and agreements, even something as simple as a promise to come to a game of Sheldry. The nobility pay the Lord Ruler for the services in a manner similar to that of renting Scar. As the authority in bureaucratic matters, any mercantile contracts, divorces, weddings, land purchases, inheritance, or any other important dealings could only be authorized by obligators. If one of the ministry hasn't witnessed an event or sealed a document, it might as well not have happened or have been written. However, obligators are also used to witness less formal agreements, such as bets between friends. The Steel Ministry is organized into subsections named cantons. The priests are the obligators, as we've mentioned, and the Steel Inquisitors are obligators who have been hemalurgically granted all the powers of a Mistborn. Each canton of the ministry runs a specific part of the Empire's government. The Steel Ministry didn't exist in its original state following Sazed's ascension. There were echoes of the organization left, but most of the Steel Ministry faded because the new leaders of the people were members of Calcia's crew. A few notable obligators made it through the Catacendre and left their own marks throughout the new society. Some cities had more influence from those obligators and the Steel Ministry than others. Sliverism is a religion on Scadrial that arose after the final ascension. According to Steris Harms, they are known to revere Iron Eyes. It can be inferred that Sliverism is an evolution of the Steel Ministry, brought to the New World by obligators that survived the final ascension. This is mostly postulated because the Lord Ruler was referred to as the Sliver of Infinity in religious terms. This is a possible motive for worshipping Iron Eyes, as the old religion revered Steel Inquisitors, of which Iron Eyes is the last member. The Church of the Survivor, later Survivorism, is a religion on Scadrial founded during the fall of the Final Empire and the ascension of Harmony. Their symbol is a wooden spear painted silver. The religion is based upon the exploits of Calcia, the survivor of Hathsin. Some of the miracles alleged by the faithful members of the religion were actually trickery using allomancy and later using a Kandra. These miracles were part of Calcia's master plan to upset the balance of power in the Final Empire. The religion was taken up mostly by Scar, with prominent figures such as Demu and also Elend, who joined the church to further his position with the Scar. During the events in Urtro, the heavy influence of the church led to the rise of the survivor of flames, Spook. It eventually evolved into the modern Scadrial religion of survivorism. Survivorism also calls Calcia the Lord of the Mists, teaching that Calcia will appear on misty nights and bless the independent. Followers of survivorism are considered to be anyone who survives on their own or thinks for themselves. Additionally, a survivorist's scars are seen as a mark of devotion. Additional figures in the religion include Vin, who was originally known as the heir of the survivor and is now known as the Ascendant Warrior, and Sayzed, named Holy First Witness by early members of the church. Another figure, the Lord Mistborn, is Spook, who was made a Mistborn by Harmony after the world was reborn and was asked to look after humanity. After Sayzed ascended to become Harmony, he left a book detailing the events leading up to the rebirth of the world, including the Hero of Ages prophecy. He also left books that contained all of the knowledge contained in his copper mines. These became known as the Words of Founding. The Parthians and Survivorists both used these books. Despite this, the Survivorists dislike those who follow the path, but the feeling isn't reciprocated. The Path is a religion on Scadrial. Followers of this faith accept the ways of the Shard Harmony, though they do not worship him. The symbol of the Path is 10 interlocking rings. Parthians meditate for 15 minutes daily, and there is no specific prescribed posture for meditation. During this meditation, Parthians wear a single earring. If this earring is a hemorrhagic spike, it would allow occasional communication between Harmony and the Parthian. The path is to study the beliefs of 300 ancient religions detailed in the Words of Founding and learn from their moral codes. Doing good is to be considered as worship in and of itself. The path has no formal clergy, however there are Parthian missionaries whose function it is to provide direction and explanation about the path. Parthian structures are small. They are known as sanctuaries built to resemble the terrace huts of old, typically containing only 2 chairs and a loft. One of the chairs is for the visitors to the sanctuary, the other ostensibly for Harmony. 8 sides of the sanctuaries are filled by large doorways, left open to allow the mists inside, as the path teaches that the mists are Harmony's body. Now, other than Pathism, there are also many other religions mentioned in the Mistborn books. I'm just going to go down the list and mention a few that we know of. Jahism, founded by a man known as the Jah, which preaches discord. Its followers end almost every sentence by saying praise the Jah. The Truths of the Bennett, which considers map making to be a holy duty and whose priests are ship captains. Trelagism, whose adherents worship the stars, which they call the 1,000 eyes of their god, Trell. The Kazi, who worship death and study the human body. The Drada, who believe worshipping art brings them closer to God. The Lasta, who worship the beauty of nature. Calcia's wife Mare, for example, was a follower of this religion. The Astalsi, who believe each person has a certain amount of bad luck allotted to them. We also hear of gods such as Duis, who is a god known to watch over weary travelers. There's also the Hada, a religion that worships an agricultural god. Sayzed used their funeral rites for the first Scar he encountered who had been killed by the mist. Another interesting one is the Vala, who survived the Lord Ruler's persecution of other religions the longest, lasting even after their leaders were killed. And finally we have the Old Terrorist religion, responsible for the terrorist prophecies, which celebrates scholarship and tells of ruin and preservation. Anyway, I know this video was short, but it felt like my Cosmere video collection would be incomplete if I didn't at least mention some of the religions here after I've already covered things like Vorinism. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I sincerely appreciate all of your time and attention. If you enjoyed the video, please consider leaving a like, since that's one of the biggest metrics that YouTube looks at when recommending it. And if you'd like to see more, please hit that subscribe button so that you can be notified of future videos. Anyway, take care and we'll talk again very soon.